Good morning, everyone. My name is Special Holloway, and it's a pleasure to be with you guys today. I'm here alongside Georgia Appleseed, and I'm also a former foster youth with close to 17 years of lived experience. As it is truly an honor to be here today, not only to share my experience, but it's also an honor to learn so much about many of the organizations that are here together to better the situation around housing stability and affordability. When we talk about housing instability, we often talk about numbers and data. But for young people aging out of the foster care system, housing instability is often personal and even life-changing for most. As a young person who transitioned out of care, I know firsthand how fragile that moment is. I aged out of foster care at the age of 21, and I was immediately met with housing instability, often relying on mentors, staying in dorms during holiday breaks and summers, even taking classes just to meet the requirements to stay and have secure housing. All things are much better now, but that does not mean that that's the reality for every youth who transitions out of care. At 18 or 21, you are legally considered an adult, but you are often stepping into adulthood without family support, without financial stability, or without a safety net. Many of us have tried to secure housing, employment, transportation, and education all at once, while also dealing with trauma that many of us have experienced while being in care. For transition-age youth, housing is not just about shelter. It is about stability. It is about being able to keep a job, stay in school, manage your mental health, and imagine a future. Without stable housing, everything else becomes harder, and sometimes impossible. One of the greatest barriers today or transition-age youth faces is not a lack of motivation, nor is it a lack of responsibility that comes with entering adulthood. Oftentimes there's a lack of access to resources and knowledge of what is offered. As many of youth are disqualified from housing because of credit requirements, income thresholds, or lack of cosigners, things most young adults rely on family to provide. Georgia has federal opportunities available to address this gap. Programs like the Foster Youth to Independence Housing Voucher that exist specifically to support young people aging out of foster care. These vouchers have full capability to be a powerful tool, and for many, a potential and much needed lifeline for the lives of many youth. But only if they are fully utilized and integrated into our broader housing strategy. In particular, like my colleague Mike mentioned, according to an article by 11 Live, Georgia ranks 45th in the United States in the utilization of the housing vouchers, with only 8 obtained within the first 6 years of the creation of the program. Today, as we look at the state of housing regarding transition-age youth, I believe the next step is simple but necessary. We are encouraging the state of Georgia to fully utilize federal housing opportunities like the Foster Youth and Independence Voucher, and to intentionally include transition-age youth in conversations and solutions related to the housing crisis. When we design housing policy without considering youth aging out of care, we unintentionally push them to be closer to homelessness, exploitation, or system involvement. But when we invest in stable housing for transition-age youth, we invest in long-term and sustainable outcomes that produce stronger communities, healthier adults, and we reduce the strain on public systems. At Georgia Appleseed, we believe young people are not just the recipients of policy, we are also partners in shaping it. Lived experience experts and lived experience expertise. When those lived experience voices are included, solutions become more effective and more humane. And as I stand here today, not just for myself, but for many of you who, just like me, transitioned out of care, but unfortunately, many of you who also transitioned out of care that do not have the privilege to be here to share their story today. If you'd like to learn more about the housing vouchers, or more about the work that is being held, please connect with Georgia Empowerment. I thank you for your time, I thank you for your ears, and I'd like to give special thanks to Senator Kirkpatrick about bringing the HUD vouchers down to Georgia so we can have a discussion for the better housing. Thank you.